Hi everybody, so today we're going to be going over all the new pieces of news that we got after the Mortal Kombat 1 and gameplay trailer. Now a lot of content creators got some exclusive footage. I did not get that opportunity unfortunately, so I'm not going to be going over the gameplay news aspects because I truly don't understand it that well. I don't have hands-on experience with the game. Maybe in a future video I'll go over pro players breakdown videos and stuff so I can report on that and share that with you guys and all that kind of stuff. Before we get started, if you're excited for Mortal Kombat 1 and you want to join in the hype, make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss Mortal Kombat 1 content from me. And make sure to join the community by joining my Discord. The link is down below. We got a nice community. If you want to talk all the things that you have on your mind about Mortal Kombat 1, the Discord is right there for you. With that being said, guys, let's get on with the video. One of the biggest questions of Mortal Kombat 1 is which SubZero is going to be in MK1? Who is the SubZero that we see in all of these trailers and all of the marketing? Is it Kuai Liang? Is it Bi-Han? Is it a brand new SubZero? Well, we have confirmation through gameplay and intro dialogues that yes, the SubZero in Mortal Kombat 1 is none other than Bi-Han.
Mansion.
Your actions cost lives, Bi-Han.
They were in the Lin Kuei's best interests.
The original SubZero, who would later on become Noob Saibot, is going to be SubZero once again in Mortal Kombat 1. I'm honestly really happy that we're going to be getting at least one game, a modern Mortal Kombat game where we spend a lot of time with Bi-Han as SubZero. Because all the other previous Mortal Kombat games have been Kuai Liang focused, which, by the way, is the best SubZero, but with this whole game keeping things fresh and wanting to do new things, I think it's a good thing to spend time with Bi-Han as SubZero for at least one more game before he goes on to become Noob Saibot. And by the way, maybe he dies at the end of the story mode and becomes Noob Saibot. Maybe he dies in the middle of the story mode and becomes Noob Saibot. Nothing here says that Noob Saibot will not eventually show up. I honestly wouldn't expect Bi-Han to die in this story mode, at least early on, and become Noob Saibot, but there's nothing in general saying that he cannot become Noob Saibot. I just think we're going to be spending a lot of time with him as SubZero in the story mode. It just looks like that from everything that we've seen. Like I said, I am very glad that we're going to be getting Bi-Han as SubZero again. The only thing that I was always worried about with that idea was that they were going to make Bi-Han a good guy, or he was going to act like Kuai Liang, because if that was the case, if he was acting like a good guy, why in the hell would you ever have Kuai Liang? Because the good SubZero, the good guy's SubZero is Kuai Liang. So if you switch over to Bi-Han as SubZero and you make him a good guy, what was the point of even switching when you can just do Kuai Liang? But from all the intro dialogues that we've seen with SubZero and the cutscenes and the clips that we've seen from gameplay of SubZero in this game, it looks like they're keeping Bi-Han's original personality, being a total dick, an actual bad guy, not being a good guy. He's selfish, he's just moody all the time. That is exactly how Bi-Han should be. I'm glad they're keeping it, so my worries are non-existent at this point. Now, you guys might be asking, okay, if Bi-Han is going to be the primary SubZero, where does that leave Kuai Liang? Because keep in mind, guys, SubZero and Scorpion in this timeline, in this rebooted era, are actually blood brothers. So once again, where does that leave Kuai Liang? Well, we don't know the definitive answer, but what we do know is that Kuai Liang does exist in this new era through an intro dialogue between Kenshi and Liu Kang.
Kuai Liang says I shouldn't trust the Black Dragon.
In this, as in all timelines, they are scoundrels.
Now, a lot of people have speculated that maybe Kuai Liang is Scorpion in Mortal Kombat 1. Some people have speculated that there is a third brother, or Kuai Liang is the youngest brother, being the third. At this point in time, I honestly cannot answer that for you guys. However, if it does end up being the case that Kuai Liang is Scorpion in this game, I feel like that's a little bit dumb. Now, I'm very accepting of a lot of the changes that we have seen so far in Mortal Kombat 1, all these different origins and stuff, and I understand that this is a whole new era, this is a whole new timeline. This story does not have to follow any other previous timeline or any other previous events. This is its own thing, it's its own new, brand new story. And again, I get that, and I'm very much accepting of that. But there are certain things that are a little bit just too dumb, a little bit too wild, and things that are just too different that I don't think I would like. Maybe I can get used to it. I'll have to see. At the end of the day, we have no idea at this point, so I don't want to be judging anything right now. But the idea alone of having Kuai Liang be Scorpion is just a little bit dumb. But again, we don't know that for sure. It could end up being the case where that's not happening, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time complaining. Moving on to another character that has yet to be confirmed, NetherRealm put out a new ad for the Mortal Kombat 1 trailer, and they included a new stage and just a little bit of footage. And in that stage, it looks like it's an Edenia stage or maybe a pretty Outworld stage, whatever it is. It looks like a stage that has a throne room. And who you see on the throne is none other than Sindel. So, it looks like we will be seeing Sindel in Mortal Kombat 1. Whether or not she's going to be a cameo fighter or a main character or both, we have no idea, but it does look like Sindel will be in this game in some way, shape, or form. There isn't much to say here. I know a lot of people are still speculating on whether or not these Edenian looking stages is actually Outworld, a pretty looking Outworld, but it does beg the question, who the hell is the Queen or the Empress? Because we previously thought that Melina was, because Melina was mentioning a lot about her throne or her being on a throne, and Kitana looking like she's serving under Melina. But then when you have a stage where Sindel is on a throne, does that mean that Sindel is also the queen? There's just so many questions that need to be answered here, and I'm all for the speculation because it drives the hype. So in the comments, let me know what you guys think. What are some of the theories that you have? And the last character that may or may not be in the game, but has been referenced is Jade. In an intro dialogue between Liu Kang and Kitana, Liu Kang mentions Countess Jade.
Keep Countess Jade close. She is critical to your future.
Is it possible you could be more cryptic?
It's a very interesting title to put on Jade. Now, if you guys don't know what Countess means, Countess is basically somebody who either is married to a count or a widow of a count. And what a count is, it's essentially somebody who has a lot of status in a social hierarchy, but not somebody who's at a ruler level, not at a king or queen level, but more status than the average person. There also isn't much to go off of because Jade is mentioned through an intro dialogue, and we haven't seen any screenshots of Jade, known anything of Jade, and we have no idea if Jade is going to be a cameo fighter or if she's going to be a main fighter. Either way, it looks like Jade will also show up in this game. Maybe she's just an NPC for all we know in the story mode. But I highly doubt this is one of those intro dialogues where they reference characters as an Easter egg and they actually don't show up in the game itself, because just saying Countess Jade kind of seems like there's a little bit more going on with the character, enough to have her appear in the game. But like I said, we have no idea if she's going to be a cameo fighter, if she's going to be a main fighter, or if she's just an NPC in the story mode. We have to wait and see. All right, so moving off the subject of characters, Ed Boon did an interview with PlayStation Blog, and the interview didn't really have that many new things to share with us, but not that many doesn't mean there was nothing. There was one huge piece of news that Ed Boon shared with us. So when asked about new modes for Mortal Kombat 1, Ed Boon responded by saying, "I can tell you it's not the Krypt, but we're gonna have a whole new system for unlocks." Now, a lot of people were saying that, oh my god, a battle pass is coming, which I actually still think that we're going to be getting a battle pass. I think that is inevitable for Mortal Kombat 1, and I think it's going to be only a matter of time until they show it and reveal it and give us more information on what that looks like. But I don't think this is what Ed Boon was talking about, because the question that was being asked, what the subject was focusing on, was new game modes. And so when Ed Boon is talking about the Krypt is not returning, instead we're doing a whole new system for unlocks, I think Ed Boon is being cheeky with his words, and I think we actually are going to be getting Conquest mode in some way, shape, or form in Mortal Kombat. That's just the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this interview. And a lot of people on my Twitter account, when I tweeted this out, which by the way, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I'm almost at 10,000 followers. That would be awesome if I get to 10,000 followers. Anyways, that's what a lot of people were thinking, is that Ed Boon was talking about a Conquest mode. And that might happen, that might not happen. But I do think the chances of a Conquest mode just went up a little bit more. And I'm very curious to see what Ed Boon really meant by this, but I'm really starting to think that Conquest mode of some kind is going to be in Mortal Kombat 1, and that is going to be the way we do unlockables, or we have unlockables in the game. So we'll have to see. I'm excited what this new mode, this new system of unlock has in store for us. Another small thing that I might add is that Ed Boon also said that the cameo roster for Mortal Kombat 1 will include between 15 and 20. Now, on the select screen from the demos that we've seen, there is 16 slots. So there is a chance that there might be up to 20 slots by the time the game launches. And the last piece of news that I really wanted to talk about is the question of, will there be a separate 1v1 mode, a traditional one-on-one fight with no cameo fighters? And the answer is no. According to the Mortal Kombat account, when asked about this question, they answered that cameo fighters are integral to the game and will always be there. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. Now, let me be clear. I am 100% on board with cameo fighters being the main gimmick of this game. I think they look incredibly exciting. They're very innovative. They look almost just as important as your main fighter. It almost feels like tag team. It's a good tag team compromise. So I like everything about cameos, but I do think it's a little bit weird to not have a mode that is a traditional one-on-one combat, a mode that does not include cameos. Because, well, that is just Mortal Kombat. That's just traditional Mortal Kombat. I do think it's fair to say that NetherRealm is just trying to make sure they go full on out with the gameplay gimmick of this game, with the cameo fighters, and making sure they spend a lot of time with it so it works really well in gameplay and just the way it feels. The experience of Mortal Kombat 1 feels great. However, I just don't see a real big issue with giving people the option to play a separate mode that's just traditional one-on-one combat. That is just how Mortal Kombat has always been for 30 whole years. And for you to not play Mortal Kombat the traditional way seems a little bit weird to me. What if I really just want to immerse myself into one character? Am I wrong for wanting that? Again, I'm not doing this out of disdain for cameo fighters. Like I said, I am fully on board with cameo fighters. I really like this new gameplay gimmick. It looks great. It looks fantastic. But just having an option to just play traditional stuff, I don't know. I feel like I'm not asking for anything super crazy. I feel like I'm asking for something super normal. So not having that option just is a little bit weird to me, and I'm not sure if I really like it. Maybe later on they add that mode in a big, huge update for DLC. That would be nice. But so far, doesn't look like we're going to be getting that. And I'm really just not sure how I feel about it. I don't know if I like it. And the only reason why I'm not really sure is because I may just have a absolute blast with cameo fighters. And I may absolutely just fall in love with the whole gimmick that I don't care to play a traditional one-on-one mode. From everything I've seen so far, it looks great. It looks fantastic. I can't wait to play it. So we'll see how things pan out. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about all of this news. Let me know what you guys think about everything about Mortal Kombat 1 so far in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a big thumbs up and subscribe for all things Mortal Kombat. I will see you all in the next video.